You know that feeling when you finally understand the magic trick after watching it for years? Well, I just had that exact moment with Overwatch 2. I was sitting there playing Stadium the other day, being my usual average self and getting absolutely demolished by some Genji main, when it hit me like a Reinhardt charge to the face. Blizzard didn't just randomly create push, Flashpoint and Clash, they were secretly preparing us for Stadium this entire time. Let me paint you a picture here, because this is where it gets interesting. Push mode launched with Overwatch 2 in October 2022, Flashpoint dropped in August 2023, Clash arrived in August 2024, and Stadium April 2025. But here's the kicker. Stadium has been in development for over 3 years, which means Blizzard started working on it around 2022. Yeah, that's right. While we were all complaining about these weird new modes, Blizzard was basically using us as unpaid beta testers for their grand master plan. Here's where it gets really interesting. Every single mode that works in Stadium has one thing in common: symmetry. Push, both teams fight for the same robot, same objective, mirror map. Flashpoint, multiple capture points on balanced layouts, equal chances. And Clash, 5 objectives in a straight line on mirrored maps, completely symmetric. But you know what mode couldn't make it into Stadium without major surgery? Escort. Why? Because it's fundamentally asymmetrical. One team attacks, one team defends. Blizzard had to completely reinvent it as payload race, where both teams push their own payloads simultaneously. They literally had to create an entirely new version of the most iconic game mode because it didn't fit Stadium's symmetric architecture. But here's the question: will payload race ever become a core mode in Overwatch? I break that down in another video. Looking back, all the confusion adds up. Push felt awkward, Flashpoint got avoided like the plague, and Clash caused non-stop arguments. But these modes weren't bad by accident. They just felt out of place in traditional Overwatch. They were designed with Stadium in mind. Now that Stadium is here, suddenly they all make sense. Push, Flashpoint and Clash weren't failed experiments, they were training wheels for the main event. What's wild is how deliberate this feels. Blizzard spent years conditioning us to play symmetric modes. Push set the stage, Flashpoint doubled down and Clash tested the waters. Then, when Stadium launched, everything clicked. They knew players would resist, but they kept pushing forward anyway. And now Stadium is one of the most popular modes in the game. It's almost like Blizzard was playing 4D chess while we were rage quitting after another push loss. Look, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see this coming. I'm the guy who still occasionally walks off Ilias cliffs because I got distracted by the skybox. But sometimes we get to see a different perspective. While analysts debate balance, us regular folks were just wondering why these modes feels off. Now we know. They were Stadium prototypes. We just didn't realize it. And you know what? It worked. Even though players hated push, Flashpoint and Clash in traditional comp, Stadium dropped to massive success. The modes that felt wrong in regular Overwatch now feel perfect, or at least better, inside Stadium. It's like Blizzard pulled off the longest con in Overwatch history, and we all fell for it. So what does this mean for the future of Overwatch? If Blizzard really spent 3 years conditioning us for Stadium, then every new weird or unpopular mode they throw at us might actually be a test for something bigger down the line. Maybe we'll see spins on asymmetric modes reworked into Stadium's format. Maybe there's an entirely new competitive framework brewing that we won't understand until years later. Or maybe Blizzard just enjoys watching us collectively lose our minds on Reddit before saying, "Surprise! This was the plan all along." Either way, I think it's safe to say Stadium isn't the end of Blizzard's long game. It's just the latest move. And now I want to hear from you. Did you see this connection before, or is it hitting you like it hit me? Do you think Blizzard's got another master plan in the works, or am I just overthinking this while trying to cope with another loss streak? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy these kinds of Overwatch deep dives from the perspective of an average player just trying to figure it all out, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.